Hello and welcome to today's vlog. Today we're talking about something that's become a hot button issue in the guitar world lately.
So hot right now.
And that is limited edition pedals.
Bet you got none of this.
Yeah.
It's limited edition.
Limited edition.
Chicken souvlaki.
So I know most people that are watching this channel are probably familiar with some of the controversy surrounding the collaboration pedals that dropped recently in support of the Pedal movie launching. If you're not super plugged into the gear world, you may not know, but basically the controversy was this.
Controversy.
What happened was the Chase Bliss and ZVEX collaboration, the Bliss Factory, sold out in an insane time. There were 1,000 pedals, and they sold out within an hour. This generated all kinds of controversy in different forums and different sections of the internet regarding the nature of limited run pedals, whether companies should do them, whether they're ridiculous, whether they're cool, whatever the case may be. Everybody had an opinion on it, and here's mine.
I want your opinion. I'll give it to you.
Basically, I think limited run pedals are cool. I think it's fun. I think it's a fun thing for companies to do, to experiment with new ideas, to test the market for things, to just see what happens. Everything, in my view, is actually limited anyway. Any product that's ever been made and put out for sale in the marketplace is technically a limited run item in some variety. What do I mean by that? Well, for instance, I would like a 1988 guitar because I was born in 1988 and I would like a guitar from that year. So that automatically is limited in some nature. There are only so many guitars made in 1988. I personally would like to get a little more specific. I would like a 1988 Fender HM Strat. Fender only made so many 1988 HM Strats. They only had the year to make them. They only had the production capacity to make them for X amount of time. There are only so many of them in existence. I'm going to go over some pedals that I have right here, and I'm going to let you know what makes them limited and why, and maybe you can see how limits are just a natural thing when it comes to production. An example some of you might be familiar with is the Tomcat Green Muffer. This was a pedal collaboration that I did in conjunction with Tomcat Pedals years ago, and we only had the parts to make so many. Tom used all new old stock Russian components in this build, and he only had the parts to make as many as we made. So that's what we did. That's why this is very limited and very rare. Let's check out the Cooper effects outward and the Earthquaker devices afterneath. Why are these considered limited? Well, these are both V1s. They do not make them anymore. They've moved on to V2s with different features, different specifications, and they're just different products. Is one better than the other? Not necessarily, depending on what you're looking for. These are not made anymore. Therefore, they are limited. The black Guitar Center Edition DS1. They only made, I believe, 3,000 of these specifically for Guitar Center. It's a limited colorway. Internally, it's identical to an orange DS1, but because it's black, this is a limited product. There are only so many out there. Why? Because Boss probably didn't want to switch their entire production line over to do the black color when they're known for making the orange version. Mr. Black Supermoon Limited. It's limited right there in the name. Why is it limited? Because Mr. Black only made so many of these to go to an MS charity. Now, they can't switch their entire business model to send all proceeds to MS charities. Therefore, they did a small batch to help out where they could, and they did a short run. Therefore, this pedal's limited. The one we should really talk about, since Chase Bliss is one of the companies at the center of this controversy. The Chase Bliss Spectre. So the Spectre, I think, is a fantastic pedal. It's the first Chase Bliss pedal I bought. I bought it when it was being discontinued because nobody was buying it. Nobody was buying these at a scale that made any sense for Joel to keep producing them. So, therefore, this is a limited pedal because it wasn't selling. Ironically now, they're selling for more than they were new on Reverb because Chase Bliss is really hot right now, and this is a discontinued pedal. So it's kind of funny. Nobody was mad about the Spectre going away. In fact, they were selling at such low volume that it had to be discontinued. I guarantee you this, if Joel would have been selling them at a volume that made sense, he would have kept this pedal around. He likes it himself. I like it. It's kind of developed a bit of a cult following, but it's limited. They don't make them anymore because people weren't buying them. Everything is limited. Anything that is produced is limited. Your iPhone is a limited edition to some degree. Are there companies who manufacture small-scale things just to drive up demand? Of course. It's the nature of things. Just look at the sneaker market. There are all kinds of methods that companies will use to drive demand, and that doesn't necessarily make them bad. They're just trying to stay in business. In my opinion, it isn't Joel or anybody else that's producing limited run stuff that's at fault here. And it's even a little bit difficult to blame the scalpers because, everybody wants to get paid. I find it gross. I would never personally engage in it, but it is what it is. The people that nobody is talking about that really lie at the heart of the issue are the people buying them. If there was nobody buying these limited editions at markup, they wouldn't get marked up. It simply wouldn't happen. There would be no incentive for scalpers to buy them and then flip them on Reverb or whatever platform they want to flip them on if nobody bought them. So my solution is this: stop buying from scalpers. Just know that you're gonna miss out on stuff sometimes. I miss out on stuff all the time, even though I'm clearly a collector freak. I miss out on things regularly. In fact, I missed out on the Bliss Factory. What I'm saying is, we need to put our big boy pants on and stop arguing about this. This is ridiculous. These are toys for us musicians to play with, to make music with. Whining and complaining because you can't get a product that you really want sounds almost like something a child would do. Don't get me wrong, I get it. I wanted a Bliss Factory myself, and I missed out. And I went, oh man, I missed out. But you know what? You can't have everything. So here's my final thoughts. Stop being a baby, don't buy from scalpers, and enjoy your limited run pedals when you're lucky enough to snag one once in a while. Because, if you pay close attention, you usually can. Alright everybody, if you like this video, please let me know in the comments. Please like, subscribe, turn on the bell, all that good YouTube stuff. If you need even more content, you can always subscribe to the podcast. It comes out at least weekly, and I'm having a ton of fun talking to different people from the guitar world on there. It's the Tone Mob Podcast, wherever you get your podcasts. Additionally, if you want to follow along with some random things and a weird musical experiment, you can text me at this phone number right here. That's right, text me, it'll go right to me, and I will answer and I will reply. You'll get a couple automated things right off the bat, and after that, it all comes right from my thumbs. Also, if you'd like to join the community, you can go to the Tone Mob on Facebook and join in there, and we're all having a good time. It's a bunch of cool people. We're talking gear, we're talking food, we're talking nonsense, and we're having a good time doing it. All right, folks, hopefully this wasn't too ranty, but here it is. I put it out there. Let me know what you think in the comments. All right, bye-bye. Love you.